Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Thursday, January 20th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate. It is a 3-game slate overall, and then talking about my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get into it with a recap of yesterday's picks. So we're going to start off on the DraftKings side. We have Mike Conley, $6,000, looking for 30 points out. He got to 32.25, so he was a hit. He actually had a really poor first half and then really poured it on in the second half, so could have been an even better day for him if he did a little bit more in the first half yesterday. Then at shooting guard, we had D'Anthony Melton. He was $3,700. Look for 19 points out. He got to 11.75. He was a miss. Only ended up playing 17 minutes in this game, and he really just didn't play very well in those 17 minutes. Got in a little bit of foul trouble as well. Just not a very good day for him overall. But he was a guy that was super popular on yesterday's slate. Then at small forward, we had DeAndre Hunter, $4,200, looking for 21 points at him. He got to 32.25, so he was a hit. And then at power forward, we went with Lou Dort, $5,500, looking for about 28 points out of him. You know, a guy that's been rather consistent as of late. Wasn't consistent yesterday. 18.5 points is what we got out of him. He was a mess. Only ended up playing 27 minutes in this blowout, and he really just scored the ball. Really didn't do anything else in terms of other stats. Then last but not least, we had Precious Achiuwa, $4,400. Had been playing rather well in recent games. Played sizable minutes once again last night, but we were looking for 22 points out. Got to 17.25, so he was a mess. Mainly scored the ball, had like 5 rebounds, 12 points, and then just not a lot other than that last night. So 2 out of 5 on the DraftKings side. You know, a little bit of unfortunate luck there with some of the picks that we had with D'Anthony Melton, Lou Dort, and Precious Achiuwa, but those were all guys that were relatively popular on last night's slate, outside of probably Lou Dort. And then we'll get over on the FanDuel side. So we have Mike Conley once again, $5,700, looking for 29 points out. He got 32.6, so he was a hit. D'Anthony Melton once again, $3,100, looking for 21 points out. He got to 12.7, so he was a miss. Already talked about the reasons why on the DraftKings side. And then Terrence Davis, $4,400, looking for 22 points out. He got to 52.7, so he was a really good hit yesterday. A very good scoring day for him in real life as well. And then Precious Achiuwa, once again, $4,500, looking for 23 points out. He got to 16, so he was a mess. And then last but not least, we have Bobby Portis, $6,300, looking for 32 points out. He got to 33.3, so he was a hit. You know, kind of that Mr. Reliable once again in Bobby Portis. So 3 out of 5 on the FanDuel side. Not too bad of a day overall there, besides Melton and Precious Achiuwa, obviously. So even if you went with them and had some other decent plays alongside the 3 guys that did end up hitting, you probably still did pretty well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries in play for tonight's slate. So once again, it is a 3-game slate. We have the 2 games starting at 7:30 and then 1 game starting at 10 o'clock. So we're going to start off with the Phoenix Suns, who are without DeAndre Ayton, Frank Kaminsky, Abdul Nader, and Dario Saric. So no major changes here. For the Dallas Mavericks, just Sterling Brown listed as questionable at this point in time, so nothing really of note there. Obviously, he did end up missing last night. For the New Orleans Pelicans, Zion Williamson is out once again, and then Devonta Graham is listed as questionable at this point in time. I think there's a decent chance he ends up missing tonight. Could open up some value, whether it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker or Tomas Satoransky starting for the Pelicans tonight at that point guard position. Then we're going to move over to the New York Knicks, who are without Ryan Arcidiacono, Nerlens Noel, Cam Reddish, and Derrick Rose. So pretty much the same as what we saw the last time out. And then last but not least, we have the Pacers and the Warriors. For the Pacers, they're without T.J. McConnell, Miles Turner, T.J. Warren, and now Domantas Sabonis is doubtful to play. He's dealing with an ankle injury now. So, you know, they're a little bit shorthanded at this point in time. Malcolm Brogdon and Karis LeVert probably look a little bit better in terms of scoring for tonight. Obviously, Brogdon just did return last night from his own injury. So it's going to be a very interesting slate for this Pacers team overall. And we'll see if they're able to keep up with the Warriors tonight. That's definitely going to be a big question. But a guy like Goga Patazzi is probably going to look pretty good tonight, you know, with no Miles Turner and no Domantas Sabonis. Then for the Golden State Warriors, they're without Draymond Green, Otto Porter, and James Wiseman. So the newest one there is going to be Otto Porter Jr. Obviously, he played the last time out. Was not in the starting lineup. Jonathan Kuminga's been starting lately. So Kuminga probably looking pretty good once again tonight. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries for tonight's slate. There's not really much that we're watching tonight. Mainly it's just whether or not Devonta Graham plays or not, or if there's anything else that pops up throughout the day. And if that does happen, I'll list it down in the comments as well as the starting lineups as we get them throughout the day. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So on the DraftKings side at the point guard position, I'm going to start off with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I'm assuming Devonta Graham does not play today. I'm assuming Nickeil Alexander-Walker gets this start in his place. Sees sizable minutes tonight. $3,600. You're looking for 18 points at him. It says he's averaging 23.5 on the season, but he had some bigger games earlier on in the year that still kind of got that inflated. Right now, I currently have him projected for about 19, 20 points. Definitely has a little bit upside for more if he's playing well, if he's shooting the ball well, and then he gets big minutes once again tonight. Then at shooting guard, we have Brandon Ingram, $8,000, looking for 40 points out. Essentially what he's been averaging on the season. Got him projected for 41, 42 points tonight. Then at small forward, I got Chris Duarte, $4,300, looking for 21, 22 points out. I'm seeing sizable minutes even coming off the bench and playing rather well the last 2 times out. So currently I'm projected for 25 points tonight, and they're probably going to need a little bit of his scoring as well tonight against this Golden State Warriors team. Then on the opposite side of that game, we have Jonathan Kuminga once again, $4,300, same price as the last time out, so that's a great sign there. Obviously, there's no Otto Porter Jr., as I already mentioned today, so Jonathan Kuminga looking pretty good tonight, looking for 21, 22 points out. Currently, I'm projected for about 24, 25 points tonight. Then last but not least, at the center position, we talked about him just a little bit in the injury section, is Goga Bitadze, $3,700, looking for 18, 19 points out. Currently, I'm projected for 22 points tonight. Definitely has some upside if he plays big minutes, but the fact that they're playing Golden State probably doesn't help him out overall, since Golden State is liable to go small, and the Pacers could follow suit as well. So if that game goes a little bit smaller, probably favors a guy like Oshai Brissett, who's a guy that you could definitely look at on the slate as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players for tonight's slate, you'll have $26,100 remaining, $8,700 per player. So you could definitely pay up for a stud if you want to. I guess it's really just Steph Curry and Luka at the top, but you could also take a little bit more balanced approach. That's definitely something that's viable as well. Probably going to be looking at some Luka lineups myself, just because I do prefer him over Steph Curry tonight, and there's only a $100 price difference. So it'll be a very, very interesting slate. They always are on these shorter slates as well. And I always do recommend just playing a little bit lighter on these shorter slates. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So at the point guard position, I got Kemba Walker, $5,500, looking for 27, 28 points at him. He returned to the lineup the last time out, and he was in that starting lineup. He played rather well. Don't really have any hesitations going back to Kemba Walker once again tonight at $5,500. Once again, you're looking for 27, 28 points at him. I currently have him projected for about 29 points tonight. Then at shooting guard, we're going Torrey Craig, flat minimum, $3,500, looking for 17, 18 points at him. Currently got him projected for about 21 points tonight. Should be in that starting lineup once again, and they're even more shorthanded than they already were, so Torrey Craig looking like a pretty good play once again tonight. And then at small forward, pretty familiar name here, it's Brandon Ingram, $8,200, looking for about 41 points at him, averaging about 38 on the season. Currently having projected for about 41, 42 points once again tonight. Then at power forward, going with Julius Randle, $8,700, looking for about 43, 44 points out. Currently having projected for 43 points tonight. Should be a nice little game for him once again tonight. Obviously, we saw the big uptick game for him the last time out. Not expecting that once again, but still expecting a solid all-around performance. And then last but not least, at center, we have Jonas Valanciunas. Center is kind of yucky today. Obviously, we're playing Goga on the DraftKings side, but he's $5,000 on the FanDuel side, so not as enticing there. But Jonas Valanciunas at a reduced price tag against Mitchell Robinson, who we did see get in foul trouble against Karl Anthony Towns. Could be a good game for Jonas Valanciunas overall at $7,300. Looking for 36, 37 points out of him, averaging about 38 on the season. Currently, I'm projected for 37 points tonight. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $26,800 remaining, $6,700 per player. So probably not able to pay up, for a stud on tonight's slate. But even with that, we still have Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, and Jonas Valanciunas already in this lineup. So as long as you can find some other good mid-range values, definitely could have a solid start to tonight's slate overall. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, January 20th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. If you want to talk a little bit of Super Draft, definitely down to talk some Super Draft as well. Make sure you're getting on to Super Draft. Make sure you're getting into the Super Draft Pro. I can leave the links for that stuff down below as well. And then with that being said, JC Money Design and myself will be going live right around 5 o'clock to talk some Super Draft main slate as well. So definitely be sure to check that out. I'll be leaving that link down in the comments as well. And then, as always, I'll be listing all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down in the comments. Hopefully there's not too much today. Once again, there wasn't a lot that we were really looking at when it came to the injuries early on to tonight's slate, but you never know what's going to happen throughout the day, so definitely try to keep you guys as updated as possible. And then I'll also have the updated core about an hour to a half hour before lock. If there's any major changes after I post that update, I will also post an update to the update as well. But with that being said, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. No, fantasy football season's pretty much over at this point in time, but we can talk some dynasty. We can talk some NFL draft prospects as well. Definitely going to be covering some of that in the coming weeks and months. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.